Hi, this is Ron El-Kayem from the El-Kayem Center for Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine here in El Cerrito, California. Today we're going to talk about acupuncture for grief and loss. You might be asking, how can acupuncture help with grief and loss? Many people think of acupuncture as helpful for pain, like back pain or neck pain. And of course, I treat those issues a lot and very, very successfully. However, there's another kind of pain that acupuncture can really help, and that's pain here in the heart. And I'll give you an example of a patient who called me last year. She was experiencing a lot of stress because she was taking care of her mom who was dying. And eventually her mom did pass away, and she was devastated. And so she called me after that, and she came into the clinic. I gave her acupuncture, and she told me that while she was on the table, she experienced a lot of sadness, a lot of crying and tears, a lot of release. And then by the end of the session, she felt a sense of well-being, a sense of peace. And so acupuncture can be very helpful for these types of transitions. Other patients have come when they lose a pet or they break up with a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Some patients are moving from one stage of their lives to another stage of their lives. So they might have been laid off and they're not sure what they want to do. And so acupuncture just allows new energies, you could say, new ideas about what we're going to do with our future to come to us in a very natural way. An example of that would be a patient who had just graduated from college. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do with his life. He was experiencing a lot of stress from his parents who wanted him to go to grad school. And then through acupuncture, he realized, in fact, that he did want to go to grad school, but he wanted to go to a specific program that would allow him to pursue his dreams, and he did. And 2 years have passed, and he's doing great right now. Let me tell you a little bit about the process of acupuncture in my clinic. I use very, very thin needles. The acupuncture is very, very gentle. The needles I use are called filiform needles, so that means they're like threads, the thickness of a cat whisker, and I can fit about 4 of them into a hypodermic needle, the kind that you would get if you were at the hospital getting a shot. So you could say for this type of acupuncture, the acupuncture is painless. And when you're on the table, you're going to be basically in a quiet, dark room with soft music for about a half an hour. And it allows you to just go into a very deep, relaxed state. And I wanted to explain a little bit of the science behind that. And that has to do with your autonomic nervous system. So one of the ways of looking at the nervous system is the autonomic view of the nervous system. There are 2 parts of the autonomic nervous system. One is called the sympathetic, and one is called the parasympathetic. Sympathetic we know as the fight or flight system. So when our ancestors were being chased or attacked by a tiger, something would kick in and they would have a lot of energy to run away or fight, whatever they needed to do to deal with the stress. Unfortunately, modern people are in fight or flight for most of their waking hours. Our nervous system did not evolve to be in a fight or flight state for 10 hours or 12 hours a day in traffic, dealing with family pressures, dealing with work stress. And so what we need to do is we need to counterbalance the sympathetic nervous system and put the body into what we call the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest or digest. So when I put needles in patients, they tell me they go into a very, very relaxed state, and that's in the parasympathetic or rest and digest state. And I have patients tell me that really the time on the table in my clinic is the most relaxing time of the week for them. And when your body is relaxed, that's the time that you can actually feel into your emotions. You can relax and let them go. And you don't have to try, it just happens naturally. So in that way, acupuncture is very different from talk therapy. So your body knows how to heal, and we're just encouraging that process to happen during your acupuncture treatments. The second reason why acupuncture is very effective is because we know that we put acupuncture needles in a person's body, endorphins are secreted by the body. You probably have heard about endorphins. Those are the happy compounds or molecules in your body. So that's the science behind acupuncture. Again, it's a very gentle process, and if you have any questions about acupuncture for grief, I encourage you to call my clinic and schedule a free initial consultation, and I'll be happy to spend time with you on the phone or in person and answer your questions. Thanks for listening today, and in the meantime, I encourage you, if you are going through grief, to just be gentle with yourself, give yourself time to grieve, and if we can help here at the Al Khayyam Center, we'd be happy to. My number here is 510-408-6120. We're located in El Cerrito Plaza, right near Trader Joe's. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.